He abandoned the past, but now the past has walked through his front door, carrying questions he's not ready to answer. Hello and welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so to stay updated on the latest Nigerian movies we feature. Today, we're talking about a gripping Nigerian movie that offers more than just entertainment. It's filled with valuable lessons, and you definitely don't want to miss it. The story begins in a bedroom with a man named Folarin, who is woken up by a call from his family member Yetunde about a funeral. Folarin doesn't seem to care much, as he believes the dead have no connection to the living. He sends his condolences, ends the call, and continues enjoying his time with some random women he brought home. He tells them to leave, and while he's attempting to return one of their underwear, he's shocked to find his landlady there. She calls him names and scolds him for his actions. Later that day, Folarin is preparing for work. After a call, he packs some money in an envelope with a picture of his wife on it, but ignores it before leaving. His landlady has a brief conversation with him about the noise his visitors make at night, which disturbs her daughter. She suggests he either talk to them or play louder music to distract her daughter. He agrees to do so and leaves for work. Folarin is actually a hype man. That night, Folarin takes a call from another family member about his grandmother, who needs care. However, Folarin brushes off their concerns and ends the conversation. Why does Folarin ignore his family? Could there be a deeper reason, or is it just his nature? Stay tuned to find out. The next morning, a young lady named Motunde arrives with Folarin's daughter Cecilia. They knock on his door, but when the landlady checks to see who they are, she finds that Folarin isn't answering his phone. She tells them to wait while she goes to take a call. Motunde insists she has important things to attend to, especially with her romantic life in mind. Cecilia encourages her, telling her she will find true love, even though Cecilia is only 12. Hours later, the landlady returns, but only Cecilia is there. Cecilia persuaded her aunt to leave for the important matters. The landlady insists that Cecilia come inside and wait for her father's return, and so she does. Later that evening, while Cecilia is spending time with the landlady, she hears the door and runs out to find that Folarin has been there the entire time. Folarin is surprised to see his daughter, and after the landlady speaks some sense to him, he finally welcomes his daughter into the house. However, he speaks to her carelessly, even introducing her to alcohol, despite her being a child. He leaves, promising to return the next day. Folarin comes back later with two random women, and, in front of his daughter, engages in inappropriate activities with them. He then tells Cecilia to use the guest room while he stays in his room with his guests. Cecilia starts tidying up her room, and when she returns to throw away the trash, she confronts her father's guest about her inappropriate clothing. The guest almost slaps her. But Folarin steps in to defend Cecilia and escorts his guest out. Folarin is surprised to find the house in order and gives Cecilia money to cook food when she asks. Cecilia then goes to the landlady for help with shopping for food, and Esther, the landlady's daughter, is surprised to see that they know each other. They go to the market together and enjoy their time. Afterward, Cecilia prepares the meal for the day. Days later, Folarin has a headache, and Cecilia makes him coffee to help. She tells him to take a bath because he smells, and he listens. On Sunday morning, Cecilia serves Folarin his meal, and he asks if she's going to the nearby church. Folarin is tired of her suggestions, so she insists on going to church with the landlady instead. Folarin is impressed by the taste of her food. After church, when Cecilia returns, she finds her father smoking. She pleads with him to stop, which he does. She tries to talk to him, but he cuts her off. Cecilia attempts to understand why he avoids conversations with her or any connection to her, but he walks away, speaking negatively about her mother. The next day, Cecilia goes to have lunch with her friend Esther. During their meal, Esther asks Cecilia many questions she feels too shy to answer, but Esther's mother intervenes, and Cecilia pretends everything is fine. Later that night, Cecilia is holding a picture of her mother, missing her dearly. One day, while Cecilia is cleaning the house, her father comes in drunk and lies on the couch. Cecilia helps him to his room and ensures he gets to bed safely. The next day, Folarin is on a call with a friend, about to leave, when Cecilia confronts him. She accuses him of spending more time outside than with her. He He tries to justify his actions, explaining that he sends money to her mother, but that they were never married. Cecilia reminds him that her mother worked multiple jobs to support them because his money was not enough, and that he promised to marry her mother, but never did, because of her pregnancy. Folarin dismisses her concerns and leaves, but as he drives away, he begins to think about what Cecilia said. Weeks later, Cecilia is with her friend Esther, who is doing an assessment. Cecilia mentions that she is planning to resume school soon, and they enjoy spending time together. One day, Folarin is watching football when Cecilia advises him about drinking alcohol. He encourages her to try it, but she refuses, saying she is only 12. Folarin is surprised at her age and casually says that he abandoned her for 12 years and that she was never meant to be born. He blames her existence on her mother's stubbornness. Cecilia is deeply hurt and goes to her room, crying. Folarin, however, doesn't care and insists on going to a party with his friends. This behavior causes viewers to question the kind of father Folarin is. They wonder whether he will ever take responsibility for his actions. Meanwhile, Cecilia prepares a meal for the day. Her aunt calls and offers to pick her up whenever her father is misbehaving. Cecilia defends her father, speaking well of him. Later, Esther comes to visit, and Cecilia ends the call to spend time with her. Later that night, Folarin returns home with a group of ladies from the club. When Esther and Cecilia see him, Cecilia speaks to him harshly, expressing her pain over the loss of her mother and her fear of losing him too. She urges him not to destroy himself. The landlady arrives and sends her daughter inside, then talks to Folarin, trying to make him see reason. He listens and becomes calm, but still doesn't know what to do. The landlady then takes Cecilia to her house for the night. The landlady advises Folarin to step up and be responsible. He doesn't want to face his responsibilities, but leaves after hearing the advice. Cecilia, who is listening from the background, feels encouraged and comforted. While at home, she gets a call from her aunt, and they enjoy the conversation together. The next day, as Folarin is preparing to go to work, Cecilia asks him if he hates her. She wonders if he doesn't want her in his life. He reassures her that he does want her, and they agree to talk more when they get back home. She pours out her pain, expressing how he has been absent in her life and how he doesn't care about her education. Folarin leaves for work, and Cecilia calls her aunt, crying. Meanwhile, Folarin is hurt as he looks at a picture of his wife, reflecting on everything. The following morning, Folarin returns home, searching for Cecilia, but finding that she is missing. He goes to the landlady for help, and she suggests calling Cecilia. He calls her, but she doesn't answer. He begins to search for her and eventually returns with Motunde, who tells him Cecilia wants to leave. While they discuss it, Cecilia emerges from the landlady's house, and Folarin is allowed to speak with her. He shares the story of how he and her mother were once in love and intended to marry. However, when he found out she was pregnant, he ran away, unable to face the shame of abandoning her. Folarin admits that his actions were wrong and apologizes to Cecilia, asking for a second chance to be her father. He then gives her a gift for her birthday and promises to find a new job so he can spend more time with her. They both enjoy the moment of reconciliation. From that day forward, Folarin begins to spend more time with Cecilia, giving her the love and attention she has longed for. She even insists that he join her at church the following Sunday. They watch football together and continue to enjoy their time together. Months later, Folarin visits the landlady, who is on a call. After she ends the call, Folarin tells her that he is ready to take responsibility for his child. The landlady then gives him the details for Cecilia's schooling. From then on, Cecilia is happy, enjoying her father's company and receiving the education she deserves. One day, the landlady is surprised to see Cecilia and her father following her to church. Cecilia proudly shows off her father, and the moment is filled with joy. This movie teaches us that we must take responsibility for our actions, whether they are intentional or mistakes. Maturity comes with responsibility, and parenting is about being accountable for our children's well-being. Change starts in the mind of the person who needs it, and we must always stand by our children, guiding them and helping them grow. Do everything in your power to make your children and family proud and happy. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this amazing and captivating movie summary, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more updates on the latest Nigerian movies. See you next time.